Hey everybody, this is Todd Getz from toddandleahrae.com, and in this video I'm going to show you a simple process that you can use to find products that are guaranteed to sell through Amazon FBA. So before we get started here, just a quick reminder that if you like this training and you want more training like it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Click the subscribe button and also click that little bell to make sure that you turn on notifications, and you'll be notified every time we come out with a training just like this. So what are the best products to sell through Amazon FBA? What you want to do is to find products that are already selling on Amazon. You don't want to try to create something from scratch and put it out there on Amazon and not know whether there's an actual demand for that product, okay? You don't want to go into something and not know if you're going to be able to make sales. So the best way to figure out what is going to sell is to look at stuff that's already selling. And what you want to do is look for things where there's a large number of other sellers selling similar products or the same product, okay? And this is what we call private labeling. You want to look for products that you can private label. And private labeling basically just means that it's a product that that is manufactured by a third party, and then it's sold under your own brand name. And there are tons of companies that do this. Basically, just about every consumer product that is out there has private label offerings, and you'll see this, like a prime example is grocery stores. If you go to their potato chip section, what you'll see is a brand name potato chips, and then right next to it you'll see the generic grocery store brand potato chips, and it's very likely that they're produced by the same factory. And basically what the grocery store has done is they've taken some of the best-selling potato chips on their shelves, and they've just gone to those same factories that are already making them, and they've private labeled those chips under their own name, right? And that's really what you're getting there. And that's what we want to do on Amazon, is to find things that are already selling and go to those same manufacturers and then put your own brand on it and sell that on Amazon under your own brand name. Now, you don't want to just take a carbon copy of something else. You do want to make it different in some way, okay? And there's a lot of ways to do that, but that's a basic concept of what we're doing here. So what are the best products to private label? So the exact criteria for different product categories is going to be different, okay? Depending on whether you're doing home goods or kitchen and dining or sports and outdoors or garden and patio or whatever, there's a ton of categories, baby products. Every product category is going to have, different criteria. But in general, what you want to do is go after the low-hanging fruit, okay? Whatever product category you're in, you're looking for the low-hanging fruit, okay? So in general, these are some things that you want to look for. You want to see a good number of sellers, right? A good number of private labelers who are doing between $7,000 and $20,000 in revenue per month with that one product, okay? In general, that's what we're looking for. Also, we're looking for, when we look at the list of people who are selling that product, we want to see very few or zero sellers with more than 1,000 reviews on their product. Because if you go back to our previous video, we talked about reviews being a good indicator as to how competitive that product category is. We're also looking for something that we can source, right? That we can get manufactured and come away with at least a 30% profit margin. Sometimes, there's people who are willing to go lower than that, 20, 25%. For me, I like to see at least 30%. And here's one that a lot of people often don't talk about is keywords. I want to find something that is sold under multiple keywords, okay? Or multiple search terms. I don't want something where there's only one search term that people use to find that one product, okay? And I'll show you exactly, if you're confused right now, I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a bit here. But I'm looking for products that have multiple keywords that people use or multiple search terms that they use to find that product, okay? Because the more ways that people can find that product, the easier it's gonna be for me to make sales. Okay, so here I am in Amazon, and I've already got a product up on my screen that I'm trying to research here. It's a guitar wall hanger. And this is a product that I know that I can easily private label. And the reason I know that is because I'm seeing basically the exact same product under a bunch of different brand names. So if you look at this one, if you look at the product, it actually has one brand name. This one has a different brand name. Here's yet another with a different brand name. Okay, and there's a bunch of others that are basically the same thing, like this one versus this one over here. And And there's a bunch of different other versions as well, right? So here's one, and then here's another. So you've got a bunch of different varieties under a bunch of different brand names. So I know that this is something that I can easily private label, okay? Now, in order to get the other information that I need, I'm gonna have to use a third-party tool, okay? And there's a lot of them out there that will help you to do this research. This is a place where, again, I want the best tools, because your product research and your product selection is one of the main things that's gonna make you or break you as an Amazon seller. Okay, you need to get this part right in order to really be successful on with Amazon FBA. So, but, you know, between all the tools out there, the one that I really prefer to use is Helium 10. Okay, and Helium 10 comes with a whole suite of tools that, you know, I use to do my product research. So the cool thing about Helium 10 is that they do have a free plan that you can get started under to try it out, and I would definitely suggest that you do that. I'll have a link for this down below in the description, so click the link in the description to check this out and get your free account. First one that I'm going to show you to do this first part of our product research is their X-ray tool, and that comes with their Chrome extension. Okay, and in order to bring that up, basically what I need to do is I need to get on this product listings page. Okay, so first thing is I need to do my search term, and then I need to bring up all of the product listings. Okay, and then I go to my Helium 10 extension, and then I click X-ray. Okay, so now what that does is it brings up this little thing right here. Okay, and let me expand this. But this is gonna give me all the information I need for every product that's on this page. Okay, so right now I'm looking at page 1 listing results. It gives me the brand, it gives me the title of the listing, gives me the product category. These are all in music. Actually, this one is in tools and home improvement for some reason. It gives me the price, it gives me the FBA fee, which I really like to see. So the FBA fee is what Amazon charges you when you make a sale of that product. Okay, so for example, this one is selling for $12.99, and the Amazon FBA fee is $5.14. Okay, so basically this person is coming away with, you know, if we take 13 minus 5, we come away with $7 or $8 that they come away with after the Amazon FBA fee. Okay, number of sales per month is what we're looking at here. This is a sales chart. If you want to, see this, you can click on this and it'll show you the actual sales chart for the last 30, 90 days or a year or all time. Gives you their estimated revenue for the month. Okay, estimated monthly revenue, their bestseller rank, the star rating, review count. So basically gives me all the information that I want at a glance for every product that's on this page. Okay, the other thing you need to keep in mind here is that this SP means a sponsored listing. So this is something that someone has run a paid ad for, is basically what that is. When I look at the ones that are actually ranking organically, and so actually I'm going to delete these. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to click the little garbage can and delete those off my results list here. So now what I'm looking at is all of my organic rankings. This shows me the over here the number rank that it is on page 1. And when I look at the revenue, like one of the first things I look at is the monthly revenue. And I really like what I see here because pretty much every product except for a handful are within that $7,000 to $20,000 revenue range. Okay, so that to me, that's a really good indicator. The other thing that I'm looking for is the review count. Okay, and I see one here that has 2,600 reviews, which that's quite a few. Here's another with almost 2,000 reviews, but I'm also seeing a bunch of them with just a handful of reviews or maybe just a few hundred reviews. And for example, like when I look at this one here, it only has 18 reviews, but it's still doing almost 20,000 a month in revenue. Okay, so to me that's a good sign that even if I come in here with a brand new product with very few reviews, I can still be competitive and make a decent profit. And so I'll basically just look at several of these and see what their review count is, what they're doing for revenue. And then I'm also kind of looking at their profit margins right over here. So a couple things to keep in mind when you're looking at the price versus the FBA fee. Okay, there's more that goes into this, into figuring out exactly what your profit margin is going to be. Okay, because you also have to calculate in the cost of manufacturing the product and the cost of shipping that product. Okay, and so for example, let me kind of move this out of the way. So for example, if we scroll down here and we look at this one right over here, that's $15.99, it's got 92 reviews. This is one where if I just do a quick search on Alibaba, which is a place where I can find manufacturers for these products. Okay, I've already done my search here, guitar hanger, and I scroll down, I can see what I might be able to get these manufactured for. Okay, and so this is basically the exact same thing that I'm looking at right here. Okay, and so this manufacturer has got a price of somewhere between $424 and $450 each. Okay, just to get that manufactured. If I scroll down some more, I might find some more manufacturers that are doing the same thing. Okay, here's another one that's also very similar, and that was, $460 to $580 per piece. And these price ranges are going to depend on how many you order, right? Obviously, the larger your order, the less you're going to pay per piece. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Okay, and here's another one, and this actually comes in several different colors. And this one is, between $277 and $339 per piece. So I'm gonna, if I was to look at this, I would say, somewhere around $4 or maybe $4.25 is what I might be able to get this sourced for. So if I'm going to look at this one on this list here, okay, here it is, $15.99, 92 reviews. So we know we're looking at the right one here. So let me bring up my calculator. So if we do $15.99 minus the FBA fee of $568, we're looking at $10.31, and then we take away the manufacturer's cost, say it's $4.25. Now we're looking at, for every sale that we make, we're coming away with about $6.06. Now we also have to take out the shipping cost. Okay, that's the other thing that we have to consider here. But even if I just look at this and I calculate my profit margin, right? So we're looking at almost a 38% profit margin just at this point. Okay, so now we at least kind of have a rough guesstimate of what the profit margin is going to be for a product like this right here. Okay, and you can basically do the same thing with a bunch of these other ones too. So for example, if you wanted to source one like this over here on the right hand side, this one sells for $12.99, so it looks like it's this one right here. Okay, FBA fee of $514. Okay, so let's see if we can find this on Alibaba. Oh, and there it is, right? So this one is somewhere between $250 and $6, so that's a pretty big price range, right? $250 to $650 per piece. Here's another one pretty similar, $346 to $485. Here's something pretty similar, $1.59 to $227 per piece. So this is something that, I'm thinking $250. So here's another one, $390 to $10.90 per piece. $1.57 to $209 per set. Okay, so maybe something around $250 is a pretty conservative guess. Maybe, maybe as low as $2, maybe as much as $3, right? So if I was to say $250, again, I'm going to just do some math here. So $12.99 minus the FBA fee of $514 minus, what did we say, $2.50. So now we're coming away with $5.35 per unit, and then our profit margin is going to be, so that one we're looking at 41% minus whatever it costs to ship that product. Okay, so that gives you just kind of a general idea of how to get a rough guesstimate as to what your profit margin might be. Now, like I said, the other thing that we need to do is figure out what keywords we might be able to rank for on this product, and how difficult it may be to rank for those keywords. Okay, so in order to do that, what I want to do is find the product that I'm considering sourcing. Okay, so we looked at this one here and we looked at this one over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one up, and what I'm looking for is what we call the ASIN. ASIN. Okay, and that's basically Amazon's unique identifier for that product, and it's always going to be up in your URL right up here. Okay, so it's after the, it'll have Amazon.com, blah blah blah, and then it'll have DP, and then /, and then this is your ASIN. Okay, so this is what I want to copy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Helium 10's website, and I'm going to go into their Cerebro tool. Okay, and this is the reverse ASIN lookup. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this in here. I'm going to hit enter. And what this will do is it'll show me all, and then I'm going to click get keywords. Okay. And what this will do is it'll show me all of the keywords that this product is ranking for. So here we have the product itself, total keywords, organic keywords, it's sponsored keywords. So this is sponsored keywords is basically how many keywords are they running ads for. So it gives you some information about the product itself up here. Then if we scroll down, this is what I'm really looking for, is all of these keywords that it's ranking for, what the search volume is, how many times is that phrase, okay, how many times is this keyword searched for in Amazon, the number of competing products, and if we go over here all the way over to the organic rank, this is where that product ranks organically, okay, without paid ads for these search terms, okay. And then we also can see over here the sponsored rank. So whenever they pay for an ad, what position are they in the ad rankings, okay? So what I like to do, and there's different people who like to do this different ways, okay? This is just the way I do it. But what I like to do is I like to sort this by search volume. And so once I've sorted by search volume, okay, I can see the keywords that are getting the most traffic. But then I see over here that some of these are not necessarily things that are relevant to this product, right? If someone is searching for electric guitar, this is not really a product that they're going to click on and buy, okay, for the most part. So this is something that I would just click the X here to remove it from this list. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do here with a lot of these acoustic guitar stand. This is something that I would probably want this to show up for. Okay, if someone searches for a guitar stand, I would want this product to search to appear in those search rankings. Bass guitar wall mount. Okay, this is definitely relevant. Okay, and this gets 20,390 searches per month. So that's a pretty good search term. Sponsored ASINs. Okay, this is if you hover over these, it'll actually bring up a little help text that tells you what it means. But basically, this is how many other sellers are advertising for that keyword. So we have 207 other sellers that are actually advertising for this keyword. The CPR 8-day giveaways, this basically means the number of sales that you would need to make within an 8-day period in order to rank on page 1 for this search term. Okay, so this is actually quite a few. Having to make 456 sales within an 8-day period is quite a bit. Okay, so this is going to be pretty competitive. It's not going to be very easy to rank for this keyword. And so that's why I'm looking for multiple keywords. Okay, because this may be too competitive for me right now as a new seller, but if I go further down the list here and look at something, okay, wall mount, that's not what, wall hook, nope, guitar hanger, this is definitely relevant. Okay, so this one is only got 9,000 searches per month, but when I look at the 8-day giveaways, right, the number of sales I would need to make in an 8-day period, it's a lot less. It's about half. Okay, it almost is exactly half of what I would need to rank for this keyword. So this would be much easier to rank for to get onto page 1. If I scroll down a little bit more, let's see, acoustic, nope, 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 nope. Here's another one, guitar wall hanger. Okay, 333, almost about 3,200 searches per month on this one. Fewer people competing as far as sponsored ads. And look at it, whoops. And look at this, only 96 sales in an 8-day period in order to get on page 1 for this. So this is very doable. Okay, this is definitely a keyword that I would probably compete for if I was to come up with a new product here. Here's another one, guitar rack. Okay, that has almost 3,000 searches per month, and again, it's not that competitive as far as how many sales I would need to make in an 8-day period in order to rank on page 1. Ukulele wall mount. Okay, so there's another one, even easier, right? 56. And look at this. The number of searches per month is pretty close to this one here. So this would definitely be a keyword that I would want to try to rank for. Ukulele wall mount. Guitar holder, here's another one. So you can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's already 7 different keywords that people would use in order to find this product. Okay, so that's really what I'm looking for is a good variety of search terms that people use so that I don't have to compete for something like this, right? If this was the only search term that people used to find and buy a product like this, then I would be in trouble. Then that would be something that I would look at this and I'd say, well, if this is what I have to do to be competitive, I probably don't want to source this product, because there's plenty of other things that are much easier to compete with, okay? And that's what I'm looking for, is things that are the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that's easy to compete with. And if I go further down this, like I can go all the way down to the bottom and maybe look at it this way, and guitar stand electric. So this is another one, only 32 sales in an 8-day period. Still gets 1,000 searches per month. Okay, so you can see how it would be easier, right? If I was to go for a keyword like this, along with something like guitar hangers, right? Only 32. Guitar hook, only 40, right? And if you added these all up, 1,177, 1,170, 1,038, right? Between those, that's 3,300 almost, right? Somewhere around that range. It's much easier for me to rank for these 3 separate keywords and basically add up a bunch of these low-hanging, the low-hanging fruit as far as keywords go, right? Bass guitar stand, is another one, and that's another almost 1,300 searches per month. So just by going for these less competitive keywords and adding up a bunch of these smaller keywords, you can see how easy it would be to add up to the same search volume as some of these bigger ones, and do it a lot easier than having to sell, 2, 3, 4, or 800 different products within an 8-day period, right? So do you see how that works? We're always looking for the low-hanging fruit here, and there's a lot of different ways to get to that. So that's the reverse ASIN lookup tool. Now, the other way that you can do this is by using the magnet tool. Okay, and I've already done my search here too, but the keyword research tool, all you do is you just type in the keyword that you're considering trying to rank for, right? So if I just type in guitar hanger and then click search, it'll give me the search volume, it'll basically give me a bunch of the same information along with a bunch of other related keywords as well. Okay, so this is where you might catch keywords that you may want to try to rank for. For example, like ukulele stand is showing up here, right? But it wasn't something that was showing up here, if I remember right, because we had ukulele wall mount, but I don't think we had ukulele stand in here. So this other keyword research tool, magnet, is where you can potentially find keywords that other products aren't yet ranking for, right? And again, I like to do this the same way. I like to sort by search volume. And then what I'll do is I'll go over here and then I'll just eliminate anything that is not relevant. Okay, so once I've kind of eliminated everything that's not relevant, I've got a pretty good list here, and then I can, there's several pages of results too. So if I go to page 2, I'll have even more to kind of look through. So in a nutshell, that's just basically how I go about doing my product research and how I find some really good potential products to private label. And like I said, the exact criteria for different product categories is going to be different. So if you want to learn exactly what the exact criteria is and all the different little things that you can look at, what I would recommend is clicking the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to an actual full training where you can learn more about how to source products from Amazon and get some really cool ninja tricks on exactly how to find the best products and all the things to look for in those different product categories. Okay, so click the link in the description to get access to that training. And that training is 100% free. It's absolutely free to register. So go ahead, click that link and check it out right now. If you like this training and you want more of it, go ahead and click that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. Like this video, leave a comment in the comment section below. Once again, this is Todd Getz from toddandleahrae.com, and I will catch you next time.